Did I get lapped? Did I make it inside the top 20 or top 30 rather? Whatever it was. Let's find out. Hello. Yes, we're back on the road again. Back for another race this weekend. Back to another cyclocross race. Only this time we've travelled 1 hour east to Newport. We're staying at Newport tonight. Hotel that I have lots of history with, particularly when it comes to racing. More about that later. So, we've gone for chicken schnitzel.
Well,
Very
just
nice.
chicken schnitzel.
And I think I may have bitten off more than I could chew with this signature burger. It is rather large. And spring onion mash. Do you ever walk down a hotel corridor and think it just keeps on going forever and ever? My glasses have still got mud in them from last week, so I better clean them off now, otherwise I won't be able to see anything tomorrow. So it's been a bit of a long day today, venturing into Cardiff, something that we tend to do around this time of year anyway, just to reminisce about the times when we used to live in Cardiff. But we had a look around the Christmas markets and stuff, which was really nice. Charlie's come for more support for tomorrow. I hope you're looking forward to this one. I certainly am. But I did say I would share a story about this very hotel that we're staying in tonight. So let me try and think back. It must have been 2012 or 2011. Maybe October, November, just after I finished third overall at Junior Tour Wales, and I had an opportunity to come on to the Great Britain training camp with the Junior Academy at the time. And there was a number of great stars who were coming through, the same age as me. One that probably most people knows is Theo Geoghegan-Hart, obviously Tour of Italy winner, Giro d'Italia winner. And we stayed in this very hotel. This was the hotel we did our pre-World Championship training camp in. Like, it's where we were for, I think, 4 or 5 days, and we just headed out on local roads that the academy boss at the time had sort of created to get us to do a series of drills. So like, we do like lead outs, we do like races, top of climbs and stuff like that. And it was also where I was told that I wasn't going to the World Championship, but just having that opportunity to be there, like without being in the system at all, like in the Great Britain system at all. I hadn't been there as a youth, I hadn't been there as a junior up to that point, was a real eye opener to me, and was the real stepping stone, I think, towards me turning professional and getting the contract with what was then Laverack GLT. So this hotel has a lot of history for me. Good night, bicycle. And see you in the morning. Sleep well. This is all the kit required to make sure I am warm and able to race at a relatively decent temperature. Now there's a lot of kit for just a 50-minute race. So this is going to be my second attempt at not getting lapped. That is my goal again, do not get lapped. I failed last week, I got lapped pretty early. The other plan today is to see if I can break inside the top 20. I finished 31st, I think, last week. So fingers crossed, I got a chance this week. Okay, so just beyond that hedge over there is where the youngsters are racing currently. This section here, we're going to be coming along here, I think somewhere. We're going to be disappearing in amongst these woods. Charlie's giving me her expert opinion. I don't know if you can see, but you see how the course comes around here. Now Charlie thinks that there's a section just straight through here. And you should stay on the green possibly as much as possible. Some of the organisers are here, they're just setting up, they're just checking to see like how safe it actually is, because this section here, if I can give you a demonstration, if I just stand here like that, that's mud, but that is like, that's just, I'm just sliding.
Hit the molehill. It's like solid.
Yeah, the mole is definitely safe under there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Flip the neck on it. Whoa, I nearly went then.
So don't ride on that side.
Yeah, don't ride.
It's more that when you apply a bit of pressure in the corners and stuff, you've got to watch yourself, because obviously you're at an angle as you're coming out of a corner.
Maybe if I stay upright this whole race, fingers crossed, I might make the top 20. Everyone else will be down like Skittles. I don't wish for that to happen. I don't wish for that to happen. I'm just saying, maybe it's a question of who can stay up the longest.
I was going to say, I think it's your focus should be staying upright today.
Yes. Hot drink prior to the race this week, because it's that cold. Probably end up having one after as well, but hot chocolate and marshmallows.
Yeah, I don't like cream.
Marshmallow. Say that with a Welsh twang.
Marshmallows.
No, you don't say as good as me. Marshmallow. Marshmallow. It's a bit like wagon wheel. Oh, that's got marshmallow in it.
Wagon wheel.
I'm losing the plot.
Yeah.
That's like from last week, I think. These are decent shoes. These is DHB mountain bike shoes. £35 I think I got them for. Just on my warm-up lap. The bike. It's like quite wet now, you know, because more people are riding it. It's not like thick mud where it's sticking. It's sort of, yeah, I don't know. It's wet mud. I'm running between 15 and 20 psi on these Challenge Limas tyres, which is good. I felt confident throughout. I do think that the course is faster than it looks. It's certainly a lot safer now than what it was, but they have changed the course now, so that makes a big difference, of course. It's going to be different now to last week, because last week was dry and hard and fast. This week is going to be wet, muddy, and well, should suit these tyres a bit better, but that bit in the middle of the field, I don't think you're going to be able to get into it, so hopefully I can rely on the GoPro. Please work this time, because it's like, it is literally like a spaghetti. It's going in and out, in and out. Is my backside dirty already?
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed in the car now. Quick shout out to the MVP of the day. We haven't even started yet, but it's all done to you, Sean. Alright guys, welcome back to another race. Well excited for this. As you can tell, I've been gridded at the back of the senior race because I have like 0 past results. But yeah, I'm totally fine with that, to be honest. There's a much smaller field here, as you can tell. There's about 30 riders in the senior men's race. And last week at the Welsh Champs there was more than that, so you know, it is what it is. So bear that in mind when it comes to looking at my results that are coming up at the end of this video. Please stay tuned. So here we are. The GoPro worked. I am well chuffed with how this came out. If you want to see the full 50 minutes of GoPro race footage, I can upload that. You know, I can do some talking over it, or if you just want to see like the last couple of laps of the GoPro footage, also let me know as well regarding that, because I had a good 1v1 with another rider, which is kind of great to see. There's Arwell. He came to France with us earlier this year. He loves a bit of cyclocross, and there he is leading the vets off their start just 1 minute afterwards. And I'm going to use Arwell, I'm going to use a couple of other riders as a point of reference for me to see my progression from last week at the Welsh Championship and this week. So like I said, stay tuned to the end of the video. I will get that little comparison on the go to see how I stacked up. Anyway, And just one more thing before I shoot off. This is a couple of laps in. Arwell comes round me and he's right up there in the vets race. He's got Andy Hoskins on his tail here. Andy, I've known for years. We've raced against each other for years locally as well. Both these two guys love cyclocross. Very, very good cyclocross riders. This corner was particularly treacherous, right? And I came into this corner and I witnessed Andy crashing. I literally shouted at me right there.
I probably did.
He shouted at me, I hope you got that. As in, he knew that I was running with the GoPro and he was hoping that I had it on footage. So there we go, Andy. There's your crash for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, guys. Stay tuned to the end.
Oh, so much fun.
White jersey was a good idea. Look at the bike though.
Yeah. It shows how versatile this bike is actually. I've got
to say. You're working for Factor? You're trying to sell a Factor?
Genuinely, I'm impressed.
That was blooming epic today. Most people not like the way the bike looks because it's very dirty, but it's not spoiled my fun one bit. If anything, I feel like I enjoyed it more today in the mud than I did last week in the dry. I think the tyre pressure was okay. I was running about 18 psi, but I think it was just a case of like the course getting slipperier and slipperier and getting more and more clogged. Roll on next week. Got to get this clean somehow, and I'll catch you in a bit when I've seen the result. Did I get lapped? Did I make it inside the top 20? Or top 30 rather, whatever it was. Let's find out. Somehow our car doesn't cut it, does it? We need something bigger. Not had a chance to look at the results yet, but I've only been back for 5 minutes. Time to wash the bike and get myself clean. Take a look at the bike. Morgan Blue to the rescue. Please tell me if this is normal in muddy cyclocross. Look at the state of this water, like. If you make a hobby of this, like, you really need some sort of pressure washer or something where you can rinse yourself down and your bike down straight after the race. Also, can you even tell what number I was today? I mean, if this jersey comes out white, it's going to be a miracle. But I'm also not too bothered if it doesn't, because chances are the next race is also going to be muddy. Anyway, I'm sure you're all dying to hear about the results. Yeah? Let's end this video on the results from yesterday's race. Okay, settle in because we're about to wrap up this video with some results. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet to round out the video, okay? But I've done a bunch of number crunching over here, which I'm going to save for next week's finale video when we finish the third and final race of this like mini cyclocross series, and we see just how much I have improved over the course of those 3 events. Now, I would like to point out that the first event I did, week 1, was the Welsh Cyclocross Championships. So, you know, it's a regional event that draws in lots of riders, and so the caliber of competition was a lot bigger. So we're probably going to skew our results and overall findings from this mini experiment. But that doesn't stop us from making a really wonky graph about it. Drum roll, please. I finished 9th. 9th place. I was not expecting that. Now, bearing in mind, you know, the field size was a lot smaller today, but, you know, I still showed up. I still gave it a good go. But that 9th place wasn't just the shock of the day. I was 55 seconds from 5th place. And if you combine all of the vets and the juniors together in our category, I would have come 17th overall. And just 1 minute and 7 seconds from 10th place. So that I can be very proud of. And we go into this weekend's cyclocross race with our motivation and our expectations right up there. And I just pray that it's going to be muddy again, because obviously I'm very good in the mud. I'm not so good in the dry, which doesn't make much sense really, but maybe it's because I have more fun in the mud. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been long enough, so I'm going to wrap it up there. You can look forward to the great debrief next week. So I will see you in the next video.